Yo, you better recognize, kid. We coming through. One in your area. Nice. Can't be fronted on. Simply incredible, this word is edible. Gospel, you'll get a plate full. We eating soul food. Cause if not, then you snap.
Hey, and welcome back to Holla Back. It's your boy Big Mike. We got a great show for you today. We're going to be talking about bullying, insecurities, and all that good stuff. And we got the livest audience in the studio with us today. G.R. Whitfield is in the house. And we're going to be talking about bullying and all that good stuff. And they're going to give their thoughts and their opinions about it with my man Jamie. So, Jamie, why don't you kick it and take it away?
And welcome back to the Holla Back Show. I'm your co-host, Jay Nolan. And we're here with our junior co-host, Sade.
Hi.
And as you can hear, our studio audience is here. What's up, y'all? All right. Also in our studio audience is co-host Big Mike. And everybody give it up for the world-renowned DJ, Big Bougie.
What's going on? What's going on?
We got a good show for you today. The first thing we're going to talk about is bullying. Now, when I was a kid, I used to watch cartoons, and one of my favorite was Tom and Jerry, where Tom was a cat that used to bully this little mouse called Jerry. And he would bully him and beat him up and do mean things to him all throughout the cartoon. And sometimes Jerry would get the best of Tom at the end. Also, there was a cartoon that I used to watch with my two sons, the Proud Family. Well, there was a family of sisters called the Gross Sisters. They were these big, tough, mean, gray, ashy-looking girls that would go around with their hands out, making people give them their lunch money. And that was the classic type of bullying. But we have a question for the studio audience.
What do y'all think are different forms of bullying?
Different forms of bullying is like they'll boss you around, take your money, they'll tell you do something, or they tell you do your homework.
So you telling me they'll take your homework from you, or they'll tell you to do their homework?
They probably do both.
They'll take yours? Okay, all right. That's a mean bully.
Oh yeah, nowadays bullies just be picking on you for like no reason. They just come up and just start joking on you, your shoes and stuff. And
So you saying they'll just joke on you, just come up and say, look at them shoes you got on, yak, 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 and
Yeah.
be picking on people, and that's a form of bullying.
yeah, that's fun.
Okay.
Another type of bullying is like when somebody feels like they're not in a group, they try to go to somebody else that's alone and they try to show off and bullying.
So you telling me if I was a bully and I saw someone walking down the hall by themselves and I was with my friends, I was like, hey, y'all watch this, and I'd start cracking on that person walking by themselves, that's bullying. Okay? Yeah. All right?
Another form of bullying is making someone do something they don't want to do.
So making someone do something they don't want to do, like give you their lunch money.
Yeah.
And or give them your lunch money, as I meant to say. All right. What's the next question?
What do y'all think, like what types of kids are bullies and what types become bullies?
Sometimes, most of the times, people that become bullies have low self-esteem as when they grown up.
So you're saying that if they got a low self-esteem, sometimes they'll pick on other people.
Yeah, to try to make yourself feel good.
Oh, to try to make themselves feel good. Okay. All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, another reason why like people might decide to bully is because they've been bullied before, so they feel like they gotta bully somebody else to be able to fit in.
Okay, so if they got picked on, and they feel like in order to fit in and stop getting picked on, they got to start picking on people.
Exactly.
I see what you're saying. All right. Anybody else?
Sometimes people might get bored and just start picking on people because they ain't had nothing else to do.
Oh, boy, now that's a trip right there. You got nothing else to do but pick on somebody else.
Maybe like if you were a freshman in high school, some teachers probably pick on you, and probably boss you around like other people do.
I remember being a freshman in high school. Oh boy, the bus ride home was a miserable time. Oh man, thump you on your head, hit you with the book bag. Oh man, that was a miserable time. What's the next question?
What type of kids do y'all think get bullied?
Kids that really like they're not really all that big, all that strong and stuff, and people that's like bigger than them decide to pick on them.
Okay, so that reminds me of my cartoon Tom and Jerry, where Tom, the big cat, the Tom cat, would pick on little Jerry the mouse. All right. Anybody else?
Or like when kids that can't afford all the nicest clothes or the best shoes, they try to pick on them because they got better shoes or better
Okay.
clothes.
Yeah, I've seen that too. I've seen that too. Um, what's those shoes called? If they ain't got a name brand, what do y'all used to call them? Bobos. And when people pick on it, them Bobos, you got them Bobos. Yeah, I've seen that. I've done that. Lord forgive me.
Some kids I think that get bullied is some of them that get is quiet and don't really talk in class, or that act crazy or something like that.
So you saying kids that are quiet and they try not to be seen, they still get picked on.
Yeah, they try not to be seen, or like they just said they don't have that best clothes, or yeah, and they don't have no friends or no shoes, really good shoes or clothes.
Okay, so wow. So sounds like to me, kids are really pressured to fit in with somebody so they don't get picked on. All right, anybody else?
The kids that mainly get picked on is like the fat people. Real fat people get picked on a lot. Cause like they fat, yeah. That's the only reason.
So sound like anybody that is different, because I heard little people, and then I heard fatter people. So it seems like to me anybody that is different is subject to get picked on.
Like I have this friend, um, and he could just be sitting in the back of the class, just mind his own business. Somebody crack a joke on him for no reason.
Oh man, he just mind his own business, huh? Anybody else?
Yeah. Other people that get um, bullied is like real smart people. Like they get picked on. Everybody call them nerds.
Because they make good grades.
Exactly.
Okay, well, how do you guys think it feels to get bullied?
I don't think it feels good. It's not a good thing. It hurts and it's not supposed to be done.
I know from my past experiences that bullying it really hurts, like physically and emotionally. Because like physically, they could like hit you and stuff like that, and emotionally, they could like mess with your feelings and make you have a low self-esteem about yourself.
I think it make kids sad, and I make it think and make them feel like they don't want to come to school tomorrow because of how they get bullied and how bad they get treated.
Or it could also feel like it'll make the kids angry and like it'll make them mad and do stuff they've never thought they would do before.
Now that reminds me of some of the school shootings. One of the most famous was high school out in Colorado, Columbine shooting, and the two young people that did the killing and eventually killed themselves, as they understood it, were different and sometimes were picked on. I don't know to what extent, but evidently, if they were picked on, people think that's what drove them to do that violence. So that is a serious thing.
It also happened in Virginia Tech College.
That's a serious thing.
So like if they get bullied, they keep it all inside in their emotions, and one day they'll just collapse and just do something harming, like shoot at school or shoot at the people that haven't done nothing or no harm to them.
Okay. Well, let me ask this question. How does it feel to be a bully if you've ever been a bully? Now, like I've confessed before about the Bobo shoes incident, it was fun at the time, you know, and I don't know if I really knew what I was doing at the time. It's picking on people and the shoes and things. But how do you think it feels to be a bully if you've ever bullied anybody before? Anybody? How does it feel? What does it make bullies feel like just to pick on people?
Well, I think it feels fun at first, and after a while, it starts to hurt people. But I used to bully this boy all the time, and after a while, seen that he was getting a little attitude and everything else. But it's not that fun being a bully. But at first, you think you're better than everybody and everything.
Oh, so okay, so sometimes you think you're better than everybody. So I've heard being a bully, sometimes you feel bad about yourself, so you pick on people to feel better. And I've heard you can feel like you're already better than people and start to put them down. All right, that's interesting. Well, what advice would you give a kid that you see as being bullied? What advice would you give them?
I would just say, if somebody's bullying you, just ignore it and walk away, and don't pay any attention, and eventually they'll stop.
Okay.
I say pick back because, I mean, they gon' if you get them in check, they'll stop picking on you. So it's like,
Okay, so he's saying get them back. So if I had on a pair of Bobos, right, and somebody was picking on my shoes, then I would find something to pick at somebody else about. All right, like their holy socks or something like that, right?
But sometimes, like, getting revenge is not all that good, because if you do what they do, then you're still like lowering yourself to where they are.
All right, so I hear you saying getting revenge sometimes puts you on their level. Sometimes getting revenge will escalate the thing. Like, I'm going to get you back. I'm going to see you Monday. I'm going to get you back again. And then it may turn physical. So, yeah, we need to be careful about that revenge thing.
And I think that, like, you can always tell a teacher or you can tell a parent, like, you don't have to go through it by yourself. Because, you know, if you're not telling anybody, then nothing's going to change. They're going to keep bullying you.
All right, that's very good advice. That's very good advice. I don't think you're punking out if you tell, I don't think you're being a snitch if you tell a teacher or tell a parent. They have good advice to give you because they may have gone through it too as a little kid. All right? When we come back from the break, we will talk about self-esteem and why it is so important to have a healthy self-esteem. Holla back. Big Bougie, take us away. Welcome back to the Holla Back Show. I'm Jay Nolan. I'm here with DJ Big Bougie.
What's going on? We got Mike on stage. I think he needs a bougie beat to get right to, so I'm going to drop it to him.
Yes, yes. J.R. Whitfield, are y'all in the house? Y'all in the house? Get live with us. The realest audience, the most original dances. Y'all ready to get live? So come on, y'all. Let's do a little dance for them.
For the philosophy of nationalism to spread among the so-called Negroes, number one, they think they have a state in America. They think they have an investment in this country, which we do.
Yo, market and misery, iniquity repeated frequently on different frequencies. Got your mind to freeze. Wait for the meltdown. I'm peeling sin sounds. No more smiles, just frowns. Giving up our crowns to these kings of clowns. Don't care about us, just a hard-on lust in the God they trust. I'm talking about the backs of greenbacks, big stacks, distorting the facts, perversion on wax. Raise a nation off of these raps. Misconceptions of blacks. Destroying our community, lack of love, peace and unity, and foolishly the radio's the soundtrack to a disconnected generation without no contact to a God of restoration. That's why we're in labor, travailing abominations, reproducing these hurts, exploited by TV networks and internet hoax, whether news, movies, or soaps. We need to separate the real from the cinema real. We need to reject what tears down and embrace what builds. Come on.
Your and my mother and father worked for nothing. Not 8 hours a day. There was no union in that day. They worked from sun up until sundown.
Big Gets Live, yo, watching TV, can't believe what I see. All these so-called things that represent me, pushing my people off point, off track, but refuse to sit back and let them fall through the cracks. Peace, love, and holla back. We'll be right back.
Peace.
And welcome back to the Holla Back Show. I'm your co-host, Jay Nolan. And I'm here today with junior co-host, King George.
What's up, y'all?
All right. And as you can hear, we're here with the Holla Back studio audience. What's up, y'all? All right. Give it up for the host of the Holla Back Show, Big Mike.
Yeah.
And world-renowned DJ, Big Bougie.
What's going on?
All right. On the first part of our show, we talked about bullying and some of the aspects of bullying, the different types of bullying, those kids that become bullies, the kids that get picked on by bullies, and we talked about some advice for kids that are being bullied. And we had a very good discussion from our studio audience. Well, next we're going to talk about self-esteem and why having a healthy self-esteem is so important. Now, in the Bible, in Genesis, it says that we humans are created after God's own image and in his likeness. So emotionally, not necessarily physically, but spiritually and emotionally and mentally, we're created after God's own image. So if we are looking for a reason to have a good self-esteem, just think about that. But let's go right into our first question.
Why is it important to have a healthy self-esteem? I think it's important to have a healthy self-esteem because it promotes a good attitude.
All right. Anybody else?
I think it's good to have a healthy self-esteem because you feel good about yourself, you're always confident, and you never look down.
Okay, so you feel good about yourself. I heard that. And you never look down. All right?
Good self-esteem can help you with your bullying problem. Like if you're getting bullied, you have high self-esteem. It really won't bother you as much.
Okay, so I hear you saying from the first discussion, if you got a good, healthy self-esteem, feel good about yourself, and if you happen to get bullied, it won't bother you so bad. Okay? All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, and good self-esteem is good, but when you have bad self-esteem, it hurts your it stresses you out real bad, so cause you don't know what to do. Somebody's picking on you. So.
Okay, so if you have a poor self-esteem, you can feel stressed out because people are picking on you, things aren't going your way. All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, like George said, it's good to have good self-esteem because, it determines your attitude, and it's good to have good self-esteem because you can feel confident about yourself and you shouldn't look down on yourself.
All right, very good. What's the next question, George?
What promotes a healthy self-esteem?
What promotes a healthy self-esteem?
I think what promotes a healthy self-esteem is your family telling you good things about you, and if you're outgoing, they tell you that you're outgoing, and you will eventually have a good self-esteem.
Okay, so it comes from, you're saying something that promotes healthy self-esteem is from your family. Your mama telling you, that's my baby, you can do it, baby, that's a good job, baby, and building you up that way. All right, I can feel that.
And also your friends and your peers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you do something good and everybody supports you, then you'll feel good about what you're doing.
All right. So you get in with a group of friends that support you and like you for you, then that builds you up. Okay. All right. We talked in the bullying part. We talked about how people tried to fit in, maybe to build that self-esteem. I think somebody mentioned that some people bully because they try to fit in, to get that self-esteem, to get accepted by a group of friends. All right. Anybody else?
Like they said, friends and family make your self-esteem go higher and higher. And if you have a good self-esteem, you be all right.
All right. Anyone else? Let's go to our next question.
What damages self-esteem? I think what damages self-esteem is when people pick on you, like the previous one we were talking about bullying. Somebody said how people tease you and pick on you and stuff like that.
Um, maybe what you think looks good on you, people might not like, and I don't know. It's like
All right, so you saying if you see if I saw Billy doing something, are you saying like clothes or just them doing something?
clothes in general.
Oh, okay. So so you're saying if I see so and so Billy with some baggy pants,
Yeah.
okay, and then I try to sag my pants, then that could damage my self-esteem. It don't look right on me.
No, what you think looks good on you, but other people don't think it looks good on you.
Oh, and then I'm sagging my pants and yeah, I'm cool. And everybody said, man, pull your pants. You look
Yeah.
stupid. Okay, I got you. All right, anybody else? What damages a self-esteem? Now, I heard about the family and building you up, and I've known cases where sometimes the family did just the opposite for the kids, yeah, and put the kids down and told them, you ain't gonna be nothing, you gonna be da-da-da-da. I've heard people, especially teenage girls, their family members say, you probably be pregnant before you graduate high school. Now, that's just messed up for somebody in your family to tell you that. That's just messed up. Anybody else? What damages self-esteem?
Yeah, like another like case dealing with the family. I know a girl, and her family tells her that she was just a mistake, like she was never meant to be born.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Now, how bad is that? What does that make you feel like? What does it make you feel like?
Makes you feel worthless.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna confess something. Now, my sister is 10 years older than me. I was unexpected. All right, 10 years later, here comes a little bad little boy. But I was never told I was a mistake. They just didn't expect another baby. After 10 years, my parents thought they were done. But thank God they didn't say, we didn't mean to have you. You know, they just raised me, whooped my behind, wiped my nose, and sent me on my way. But yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah, like, okay, if you have an older sister or older brother, and they might do better than you in school, and then your parents will say, why can't you be like your older brother or your older sister? That
I understand that because people, everybody's different. And that could hurt your self-esteem. I understand that. You got somebody, brother, sister. See, now, George here is a great athlete, and it would be wrong to try to make his little brothers, and compare his little brothers to him right now because George is an outstanding athlete. And they probably be good athletes, too, because the way they run around.
They are going to be good
Yeah.
athletes.
But, yes, Shadi, that's a good point to compare. Can damage a self-esteem.
What is one thing that you like about yourself?
What's one thing that you like about yourself?
One thing I like about myself is my personality and how I do things.
What do you mean how you do things? I got your personality.
Like
how you put outfits together?
Yeah, like how I match things.
All right. Anybody else? What's one thing you like about yourself?
One thing I like about myself, I never bring myself down to anything.
Never bring yourself down? What do you mean you never bring yourself down?
If I did something like bad in sports or like if I turn the ball over, I never bring myself down. I just come back with the ball.
Yep, I'm a witness to that. You turn it over, get right back in there, and do a good job the next time. Anybody else?
One thing I like about myself is my talents.
What do you mean your talents?
Cause people tell me I'm a great dancer.
People tell you great dancer? Okay, we might have to find out about that later on.
Maybe.
All right.
Something that damaged my self-esteem was when my grandfather died because, like, when I was little, he was always there, a person that I could talk to.
Okay, so I understand that too. Something that could damage your self-esteem, a loss of a loved one that really showed you love and support. And then when they're not there anymore, you have to find another source of support and to make you feel good.
Something I like about myself is like, used to be I would try to act like other people, but now I try to act like myself and I like who I am.
All right, yeah, all right. Yeah, well, one thing I like about myself is, like I said before, I really never grew up. I'm a big kid on the inside. And those that kind of know me kind of know, sometimes it's interpreted as kind of kooky, corny, crazy kind of thing, the 3 C's, but I'm a big K on the inside, big kid. Somebody else? What you like about yourself?
Another thing I like about myself is I stand out from other people, and I like that.
How do you stand out from other people?
I stand out like what I wear because I wear like bright clothes. I like to stand out from other people. I don't like to be with the crowd.
Okay. Well, we've had a great discussion. Self-esteem. And remember, we're all made in God's image and in his likeness. So if we can't draw from anything in life to have a good self-esteem about, we can draw from that we're made in God's image. And remember that he sent his only begotten son that we could all be saved. Whoever calls on his name can be saved. He loves us all. That's one reason to have a healthy self-esteem about yourself. God cares enough about you. You ought to care enough about yourselves, or we ought to care enough about ourselves. And the next time on Holla Back, we'll have another great show for you. And after the break, we'll be right back. Holla back.
Yo, you better recognize, kid. We coming through. One way. And your Yo, you better recognize, kid. We coming through. One way. And your area. Nice. Can't be fronted on.
And welcome back to Holla Back. We're live with the livest studio audience.
Yeah.
My man Jamie, you got a special guest. Why don't you let him, tell him.
Yes, standing before you is Jeremy Belcher. And he's going to do a little artistic expression for you. You know, we're all created in God's image, and he's the great creator. And in us, he's put in creativity. And right now, from this young man, you're going to see some creative expression. All right.
All right, so Big Bougie, why don't you give him a little something, something?
I got something right here for him.
My city. My city. My city, my city, my city. My city, my city, my city. My city, my city, my city. My city, my city. Let me tell you about my city, little homie. That's if you ain't read where they practice black magic and speak to the dead. Mind fried like bleach to the head from the stuff being preached by the Greeks. If you read, our main attraction is our main distraction. Thanks for asking. Actually, I can't stand her. Who is she? She draws every man and every woman from every land to her temple of Diana. She's regarded as a sacred goddess, one of the 7 wonders of the world. It's obvious the Christless list in my city to worship a mini-breasted mummy-looking girl. Under the Romans, my city is free, so you can only imagine the things that's going on. It's crazy. That's why believers here in Ephesus have no choice but to cling to the throne. So you can just imagine all that crazy stuff going on outside in the world. Here we got these false teachers coming up in the church. My city, teaching all kind of crazy stuff like you can't get married and you can only eat certain types of foods, and it was just bringing a lot of division within the body, you know what I'm saying? My city. When we got the letter from Paul, my dog was locked and chained. This was the means by which the doctrine came, or the teaching, explaining the gospel, man. From the Apostle Paul, written to all the saints in Ephesus. He started off with some definitions. Explicitly was written for Christians. He made it plain it wasn't a plan B. He predestined to save a portion of humanity through his own son, for his own glory, through his son's blood. Said he was praying for us, that our eyes will see the hope of the call, the riches of glory, his inheritance he has in us all. Said we were saved by grace through faith. Faith's a gift, so faith through grace. In light of that, we shouldn't live like we used to. It's crucial that we don't do what we used to do. So when we got the letter, we just learning all about the gospel and how the Lord chose us before the foundation of the world. That we should be holy and without blame before him in love, you know what I'm saying? And it just made us appreciate what he's done. My city, my city, my city. And we ought to just live that out in our every...
I seen it
with my own tool. There's no way I could show you a perfectly poverty-stricken place. Never heard of Jesus.
We'll be back. Holla back. Yeah.
Yo, you better recognize, kid. We coming through. One way. And your Yo, you better recognize, kid. We coming through. One way. And your area. Nice. Can't be fronted on.
And welcome back to Holla Back. We had a great show today, didn't we?
Yes, sir.
We had the livest studio audience
Yeah.
in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Give it up for G.R. Whitfield.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So, Jay, we got anything else to say to the audience?
Well, if you have any comments about the show, if you like the show, the information at the bottom of the screen, please contact us. We'd love to hear you holler back.
So, if that's all. Peace be blessed, and holla back.
Yo, you better recognize, kid. We coming through. One way. And your Yo, you better recognize, kid. We coming through.